Okay, I think we've given enough time for people to join, and I just want to say welcome everyone. I'm so delighted that you're here with me today. My name is Pam Bell, and I work at CSU San Marcos. We've got some great strategies and tips on how best to use your degree planner, so let's get started. As you know, registration for next term starts very, very soon. So how do you make sure you enroll in the right classes? How do you make sure you don't take classes that you don't need? How do you make sure you take the classes that are prerequisites for the classes you need to take the following term? This webinar is going to show you how you can get this information anytime, anywhere, using your online degree planner. But first, we have some webinar housekeeping items to cover real quickly. We want to recommend that you attend today's webinar using a computer. We found a few glitches using other mobile devices. We think that we have them fixed, but just in case, we recommend using a computer. Next, for the audio portion of the webinar, you can use your computer speakers, so I hope you're adjusting them right now so you can hear me. You can dial in using the numbers on the screen, or you can visit the website displayed on the screen for closed captioning. I'll leave that up there for just a little bit to make sure. Okay. I also want this webinar to be interactive. So if you want to ask questions, and I highly recommend that you ask questions, on the top of your screen, depending on your browser, you should see some kind of like a button that says questions and answers. Please go ahead and use those. In fact, you can use them now if you're having difficulty with the technical portion of this webinar. We have a technical person on hand who can help resolve that. Due to the high volume of participants, we cannot unfortunately use the chat feature or the raise your hand feature. So if you do use those features, we'll unfortunately have to ignore that, but we are paying attention to the questions and answers. We have some advisors on hand who will answer them personally, or we will be sure to answer them during the webinar. And if time permits, at certain times throughout the webinar or at the end, we will ask you some questions. So if we do, a poll question will pop up on your screen. And I would just ask that you please answer the question promptly. Okay, so I'm going to get out of my PowerPoint presentation, and let's go ahead and get started using your degree planner. Oh, this is so exciting. All right, so to access your degree planner, you simply go and log into My CSUSM, and this should look familiar. This is your student center. It's got a lot of good tools for you to be able to run your academic requirements report, see any important advising notes advisors have put in there for you, apply for graduation, change your major or minor, view your unofficial transcript, a lot of really good information. But right under academics is the link for degree planner. So I would recommend, if you have your computer, go ahead and click that. So this first page is an informational page for you. It will display your major and your minors and secondary majors if you have one. Now, we don't have all of the minors and secondary majors built yet, so if you have a minor or secondary major that's not built, it will tell you so in red text. So we plan to have the rest of the minors and secondary majors built by the end of spring, so keep coming in and checking your degree planner. There's also a graph up here that you can look to see an idea of how close you are to graduating. You want this circle to be all green. Another thing I want to bring to your attention is there is an FAQ button here that will take you to a page where you can actually see links to YouTube videos and a document with frequently asked questions. Okay. So after reviewing this first page, go ahead and click Continue. This is where you actually interact and make changes. So where are these requirements coming from? Why are they listed in here? Well, I want you to know that this actually refers to the red boxes in your academic requirements report, or ARR. So let's take a peek at Casey Cougar's ARR. So if we collapse everything, and let's just look at general education. Casey looks like she still needs, which is why it has a red box, she still needs her A1, her A3, both science courses, her C1, C2, and her language from language other than English requirement, that'll fulfill C3, and then you've got your BB, CC, and DD. So we'll go over that in a little bit, but the degree planner will pick up all the red boxes, in addition to all of the red boxes for her major. All right, so let's go back to the degree planner. At the top of the page, you will see what's called Edit Preferences. This is a very important aspect of how the degree planner suggests courses for you. What it does, it will actually refer to a degree, four-year degree roadmap. So I want to show you a little bit, how does that work? So I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint real quick and show you a graphic that I put together that will hopefully explain this. In Casey's degree planner, she has the following courses recommended for spring and then fall 2016. I'm looking at, why would the planner suggest 2 science courses in one semester? Well, if she was a science student, she'd probably end up doing that, but being human development, I don't know if I want to do that. So let's see what how the degree planner ended up suggesting 2 in one semester. So again, the degree planner relies on a 4-year degree roadmap that the faculty have put together for the individual majors. So the faculty said, if this, for students who are human development, to graduate in 4 years, they suggested that the student take these courses the second semester, these their third, and so forth. So the degree planner then says, okay, I'm going to try to plan this course if the student has not already taken it. So it looks at Psych 100 and says, has she taken it? No, it doesn't look like Casey followed the roadmaps specifically for her first semester. So it says, okay, I don't see it planned or taken. I'm going to suggest that the very next term, because it's got a high priority for this major. Then it goes down to the next class. Oh, I went ahead and crossed off all of the courses that Casey has already taken, either here on campus or with test credit or transfer work, and it looks like she's already done that requirement. So the degree planner doesn't have to plan for it. Then it goes to the next line. This is the language requirement. And for most students, if you need to take 101, 102, and then the intermediate level, which is 201, it's basically a 3-course line. So the degree planner says, oh, I don't see a 101 class. I think that's got a high priority. I'm going to suggest it here. Then it goes down the row to, oh, this one's already taken. This one's already taken. What's the next in priority? This line. Has she taken it? No. Has it been planned? No. So that's why it comes in third. It goes to the next one. GEW 101 shows up next. Then it has to stop because it tries to fill up 15 units, but no more. So when it's filled up as close as possible to 15 units, then it goes to the next term. So it looks to the top. Has this been planned? Yes. Taken. Uh-oh, this one hasn't been planned yet. So it takes the 102 or the second semester. That's got top billing because it was suggested in the first term. It goes through. This was planned. This was planned. Oh, I don't see this planned anywhere. So it takes the first science course and suggests it here. Then it goes down the list. She's taken that. She's taken that. Oh, here's Psych 220. That's a high priority for the third semester. So after it follows the things that she hasn't done or planned, this gets suggested next. And what's next on the list? the other science course. So that's why that other science course gets plopped in there. Now remember, just because the planner suggests it this way, Casey can decide to drag that course to a different term using her degree planner. And I'm going to show you how to do that later on. So she doesn't have to do that. But let's go ahead and go back into the degree planner here. All right. So as I mentioned, when you first open your degree planner, it's going to suggest how you can graduate in 4 years. So Casey is a first-time freshman, so she's finishing her first semester. So this spring will be the end of her first year. Here's her second year, her third year, and so here's her fourth year. So if she follows this plan, she knows she can graduate in spring of 2019. But what if Casey is a little concerned about the amount of time that she can dedicate for studying and prepping for her classes? She says, you know what, I think I better stick to just 4 classes each term, or 12 units if she takes 3-unit courses for everything. So she's going to go through and she's going to reduce everything to 12 because she's just a little nervous about taking 15 units. Now, I'm going to hit OK, but keep in mind, she's just reduced units, but she hasn't added any units to her plan. So here's what the planner is going to do. It's thinking, I've got to select courses in terms, but Casey reduced the number of units that the planner can add courses to. So here's what happens. The planner ran out of terms and it couldn't put this line, or this line in a term. So it's sitting in this section called Unassigned Requirements. It's very important that you don't leave lines in unassigned. Why? Because they're sort of locked or frozen in this section, and they're like in limbo land. So when the degree planner is running the engine and reshuffling courses and trying to put them in the terms where you should be taking them based on prerequisites, etc., it can't touch these lines. So let's take a look at the red text. It says, sometimes the degree planner runs out of terms to assign courses. Sure enough, that's what happened. So it suggests, click Edit Preferences and add additional terms. Well, let's try that. So she can add summer if she wants to, but she realizes she's got to work full-time and she's not sure she can afford summer. So she's going to go ahead and add fall 19. And she's going to go ahead and say, I think I'll try to take 12 units then. Now it's actually reshuffling all the courses, and it's saying, oh, thank goodness I found another term to put those courses in. Now those courses are out of unassigned. Okay, so now the next thing that Casey might notice is when she reduced that, she's on financial aid. She needs to have full-time credit, and taking 10 units next semester is not going to work. So what she can do is go to Arrange My Plan, and then simply drag and drop courses up there so that she will be at least 12 units. So what she'll say is, okay, I can't drag that one up there. How about this one? I'll go ahead and drag that course. Oh, that's much better. At least I'll be in full-time status and I can get my financial aid. Now, but also notice what she did. She inadvertently went ahead and reduced those units. So she won't have full-time units for fall 2016. What Casey could do is keep dragging courses up there to make it full-time, or let's say she's in a hurry and she just says, okay, I've got my 12 units, I'm gonna hit okay. And the planner will give you a clue that you've increased this to 13, but you've decreased this to 7. And the planner says, okay, student, you're in control of your own planner, so you must have done that on purpose, and I will not suggest any more classes beyond what you did. but she inadvertently did that, and she didn't mean to. So what I highly recommend, if you're in a hurry and you just want to make sure the planner is suggesting courses correctly, after arranging your plan, click the Refresh Suggestions button. What this does is you're telling them, you know, I purposely said I want to take at least these units each term. So even if I made a mistake and said 7, I want you to go through and at least suggest as much as you can, up to 12 units. So again, because of the 4-unit language course, she will have to go in and adjust her schedule so that she's at least taking 12 units. One other thing that may have popped in that you noticed is that when she dragged GEW to spring, look what happened. She actually, or the planner, locked that course. Again, it says, student, you're in control of your planner. If you drag that up there, that means you purposely want to keep it there. So later on, when the engine is running and it's reshuffling courses, it will not shuffle that course out of this term. But if you don't care if it shuffles around, you can always clear the lock this way, or you can hit clear locks. But let's say Casey says, you know what, I've given it a lot of thought. I've really worked hard with my personal life, and I'm going to go ahead and see if I can handle 15 units each term. So she's going to, you can always go back and say, reset defaults to the original plan of trying to graduate in what the planner originally said. Okay, now that we've got this edit preferences, and I hope you understand how important that is, now we're going to select courses for each requirement line. Some of the courses are automatically populated in this column because for this major, she has no choice. She has to take Psych 100. But it looks like Casey has already gone in and selected the classes she wants to take for her foreign language. So she went ahead and clicked select, and it looks like she did that for all of her language lines. But if she wants to, she can go ahead, or what she should do is go in and click select. Now, why did it just show one course? Well, that's because it looks like she already went ahead later on and selected the other one to be taken in fall 2017. But I want to get back to these science courses. Some of you may notice that this lab course, or this lab line, is 0 units. Well, why is it 0 units? Well, that's because we have some 3-unit courses that have got a lab already built in, so you don't earn an additional unit. So let's go through and select what physical science course would be best for Casey. So she looks at this and she says, oh, I'm reading up here that between the life science and the physical, that one has to have a lab. Okay. I don't know if I was really good with physical science in high school, so I don't think I want to take a lab. Oh, this one doesn't have the lab. Let me take a peek and see what this course is all about. She clicks the informational icon and she can read the course description. And she goes, oh, okay, I think I can handle that. But as she continues reading, she will see that there's an enrollment restriction, that you can't take this class unless you're in one of these science majors. And so she realizes, oh, I can't take that, so let me go choose something else. And after a while, after looking at all these course descriptions, she says, let me just take a general education science course, and I want one without a lab. So she clicks select, and because this course is coming in, and the next science class she'll choose for a lab, the lab line will disappear, and I'll show you that in just a little bit. The other thing is when you click select and it displays the list of courses, it will only display the list of courses that are typically offered that term. So you're not hoping and planning to take a course in a term where it's never offered that term. So it's really smart. All right, now it's time to go to the next science, the life science. So she remembers that, okay, I took the I didn't take a lab in that first one, so I got to make sure I have to take a lab. Oh, this one's got a lab. Let me see what this one looks like. She's reading it, and then she says, oh no, I'm not a kinesiology major. Okay, so let me go back and I'm going to go ahead and take a GE Science. Here's one with the lab. So she goes ahead and selects that. Okay, now the next thing I want to show you is, and also explain how important it is for you to select classes for all 4 years or however long it takes for you to graduate. You want to make sure that you have a course selected in this column. Please don't leave your degree planner with red not selected lines. Why is this important? Because our academic departments are starting to use this data to see how many students, for example, they'll be able to see, oh, it looks like we've got 63 students who have chosen to take HD 301 in fall of 2018. If not enough students go through and select everything, then they'll say, oh, it looks like there's only 20 students that are having that, with maybe the chance of the class not even being offered or not enough sections being offered. So please, please go through your degree planner and select courses. So let's go ahead, and I want to show you. Let's go down here. Oh, it looks like she forgot to select her 3rd semester of French. And now I want to show you the GE filters that you can use, or the filters on the left. Now remember that Casey in her ARR had a red box for A3. So she can click and use the filter and say, just show me all the A3 courses. And she can then look at the course description, check prereqs, and then say, you know what, I want to take Philosophy 110. Then when she clicks the next GE line that she has to take, that is a red box on her ARR, notice that the A3 disappears. So using your degree planner will keep you from taking a class that you don't need, that's not going to fulfill a requirement. So let's say she says, you know what, I remember I've got to do a fine arts or a C1, and she says, I like dancing, I'm going to go ahead and take Dance 124. Then she clicks the last one, and here's a list of all the courses that she can take for her C2, and she says, okay, I like that one. Any other red boxes? Oh, here we go. Her major wants her to choose a sociology designated course. When she clicks select, these are the courses that she can take. Now I want to show you something. If she chooses Soc 303, this has got, also fulfills DD, but she's choosing to take it for her major. So now her Soc 303 is in here for her major, okay? So if she goes to upper division general education, and these are your upper division social science, which is DD, upper division science, which is BB, and your upper division humanities, which is CC. Don't forget, she took Soc 303 for her major. If she says, show me all the DDs, and out of all those DDs, show me all of the sociology courses, because I love sociology. Notice that Soc 303 does not appear as something that she can select. Again, this keeps her from choosing a class that won't fulfill anything. Then she goes to the next one. Yes, and as you can imagine, all of the DD courses are removed. Why? Because she's already selected a course. So then she can use the filter and say, this is the one I want to take for my BB. And then this is the one that I want to take for my CC. As you can imagine, just going down the list and choosing classes after reading course descriptions and prerequisites, it doesn't take that long. Now, one more thing I want to show you. Up at the top, there's another report that's called ARR Planned. And what you'll see is that this is the exact same report as your academic requirements report, but look what it does. It looks exactly the same, but if you notice, if I open up her major, it's now pulling in all the courses that she's planned to take. And she can even say, you know what, I'm planning to take this course in spring of 2018. Based on my planner, I selected to take this course in fall of 2018. So your goal after you select courses in your degree planner is to run your ARR plan and just make sure that it's all either in progress or green. And it's assuming you're going to complete these, which is why it has a green circle, as though you've completed it. Okay, now this is the fun part. This is where you get to really play around with your planner. Now remember, she had those 2 science courses in the same semester. Well, I don't know about you, but I don't think I'd like to take 2 science courses in one semester. So she can just go up here, drag it up there, pull that down there, and then she can hit OK. I also want to show you that if her buddies say, hey, take Psych 230 with me next semester, she drags it up, and then she says, you know what, I think I'll take this back down to this term, and now I'll take Psych 230 with my buddy. When she clicks OK, she gets a prereq error. Why? Because the system automatically knows that she has to take Psych 100 before she can take Psych 230. And some other prereq errors as well. So she hits OK, she cannot save that. Here's a tip. Before you start arranging courses around, if you take your cursor and hold it over the course, it'll tell you, one, when the course is typically offered. So if for some reason this psych course is only offered in the fall, don't drag it to the spring because you won't be able to save your planner. It will give you an error message. Also, you can check prerequisites for a course. So if you hover over a course, this is a pretty critical course to take as soon as possible for this major because it's a prereq for a lot of courses. So let's go ahead and just hit cancel so we can move on. All right, the next thing I want to cover is you can actually remove a course from your planner or a requirement. Now, why would you want to do this? One, if you know that you have taken courses off campus and you haven't sent us a transcript yet, you can go ahead and remove it. So for example, let's say Casey knows, I know I took that language course over at Palomar. She can remove it, tell us why she's removing it, and then this then allows the degree planner to reshuffle courses correctly because that language course that she's already taken was taking a slot away from the next course that should be in that slot based on priority. But also think about it. She just removed a 4-unit course, but we don't have those 4 units posted yet because we don't have her transcript. Look what the degree planner does. It's constantly trying to help you graduate with a minimum of 120 units. So what did it do? Well, since you removed 4 units, it's saying, you need to take an additional elective for at least 1 unit. And then down here, it says, you need to take another additional elective for 3 units. So if you read the description though, it says this line may not be necessary and will disappear once your transfer or test credit gets processed, or when second majors or minors are built in the system. The last thing is, let's say Casey goes back and realizes, oh, that's right, I didn't pass that course. She can always hit restore and put it right back in. Now, what it's doing again, it's reshuffling again, and it's putting this in the right slot or priority and dropping all the other courses down in their appropriate slots. So it's very important you do that. And when you restore and put that course back up, look what happened. The additional units now disappear. because the degree planner says, oh, okay, now I see you'll be earning 120 units. You're okay. All right, the last thing I want to show you before I'm going to show you how to register from your degree planner is this Add Course button here. It's at the bottom of each term. I want to tell you this because students have been using this incorrectly. This should only be used if you don't see a requirement listed in here. And why wouldn't you see a requirement listed in here? That's only when your minor or your second major is not yet built. So you should only click this, and we even have a little text up here that says, stop! This feature is intended for students with a second major or minor that is not yet available in the degree planner. So you don't want to, please don't use that unless you know your minor or your second major isn't built yet and you need to add those requirements. Okay, so now that you've edited your preferences, you've selected courses for all terms, you scroll up because it's time to register. All you have to do is click the Enroll button and then go ahead and click Schedule Assistant. Click here. Hopefully this is familiar because I asked you to watch a video tutorial before this webinar, but if not, we'll give you the link on how to go back and watch that video. But the first thing you need to do is to go through and tell this system that you want to find class sections that are open and already have the waitlist option turned on. Not all of our classes have that feature turned on. So if you choose this, by the time your registration appointment comes, if a class is full, at least you've planned on, you've put something in your shopping cart where you can be put on the wait list and you can be hopefully one of the first 5. The next thing is course types. If you want to take just a regular 15-week course, be sure to choose regular academic session. And then click Save and Close. Then you get to choose what mode you want the system to look for. So you can choose, do I want just online courses, or, you know, I don't care, just find me anything that I can take. And then location is obviously important. You don't want the system to select a class section on a day and time where you have to suddenly drive up to Temecula, so you want to choose that. Now that you've got those chosen, you simply click Add Course, and see this third tab? Click My Planner. Select all the courses. Don't those look familiar? Then click Add and Close. Now you've got all the courses that you've been working on from your degree planner. So now you can hit Generate Schedules. Oh my goodness, there are over 1,000 schedules of different combinations for these 4 courses. But then Casey remembers, oh, you know what, I'm trying to take classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So she clicked Add Break, and she said, you know what, on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I cannot put the times where you do not wish to take classes. I can't take classes on those days between 8 a.m. and 10 p.m. So she saved it. Now, if she puts that into the mix and she clicks Generate Schedules, it drops down to 30. And she goes, okay, well, I do, you know, a friend said that they could give me a ride to, if I don't take classes after 5:30. So if she puts that into the system, now it drops down to 8 schedules. And then she can go through and just take a quick peek at 4 semesters at a time and compare them and say, you know, I don't like this long break here. I like this one. And yeah, let me go ahead and open up this schedule. What you'll see next is some information about this particular set of classes. It'll tell you the section, how many open seats, how many people are already on the wait list, if there's already students on there. But if this looks good and she likes this schedule, all you do is click Send Schedule to Shopping Cart. And then you just continue on from there in the normal registration procedures. So let's close that. So I hope that was helpful for you. So I'm going to ask one of our panelists if there are any questions. Let me unmute her. Okay, AP, were there any questions that we should cover from the viewers?
Hi, not anything in particular, but I would like to reinforce that there is a FAQ link when you open up your degree planner, and most of your questions will be answered there. But if not, then please feel free to send us an email at degreeplanner.csusm.edu. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks, AP. And now, since we've got a few more minutes, I'm going to go ahead and launch the polling. And let's see. I'm going to go ahead and if you could please answer the question that you see. Hopefully you see that. If you could answer those right now. I'm not seeing anyone actually answering them, so I'm hoping I did this okay. Doesn't look like I did it right. I don't think it's working. So I'm going to go ahead and end the polling for now. Sorry about that. Okay, so let me go back. One more thing I want to show you guys and explain is that there are really good video tutorials for you to, you won't remember everything that I said because I covered a lot. Please go back and you will see, we will send you an email with this PowerPoint that has the links to the how-to guide so that you can refresh your memory later on. Now, before we end this webinar, I want to challenge you to open your degree planner immediately following this webinar and select the classes for all of your terms. Again, we cannot guarantee that the courses you select 3 years from now will be offered, especially if there are not enough students selecting classes for all terms. The academic departments use students' degree planner course selection information to determine course offerings. So if students do not use the degree planner to select courses for future terms, this might indicate low demand for courses, resulting in the course not being offered. The more students select classes for all terms, the better chance classes you want to take will be offered with enough sections to accommodate everyone. So please encourage your classmates and friends to select classes in their degree planner. And one very important point, please don't forget this. Even though your online e-advising reports like the Academic Requirements Report and the Degree Planner Report can help guide you into taking the right classes each term, they do not replace the value of seeing your academic or faculty advisor. Your advisors can help guide you when you are having difficulty in school, trying to decide on a major or concentration, or writing a letter of recommendation for graduate school or employment. So please, always check in with your academic advisor or faculty advisors. And I also want to let you know that the prize winners will be notified via email sometime next week. So it was a pleasure spending time with you this morning. Again, you will receive a follow-up email with information from this webinar. So as always, keep calm and plan on.